Welcome back to the Undrafted. Today I want to talk about the San Antonio Spurs, how they've been surprising everybody this year. 14 games in. But before we get into that, like and subscribe. And let's get into the video. The Spurs, I expected them to be one of the worst teams in the league. I'm gonna be honest. I expected them to be the bottom because I didn't think DeMar and LaMarcus were going to be on the team next year. And also, I didn't really think that their young players were going to step up like they are so far this year. DeMar DeRozan he's taken a step back. He's still averaging 20 points and 7 assists. He's taking a step back because of all the young players scoring, like DeJounte Murray. I expected a breakout season. 16 points per game, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists. And Lonnie Walker, who's averaging 14 points per game, and Keldon Johnson, who's averaging 15 points per game and 7 rebounds. They've all been surprising me, especially Keldon Johnson and Lonnie Walker. I didn't think they were going to get many minutes since the rookie years, and last season they weren't getting many minutes per game. Pop was mostly playing his veterans, but they're getting minutes. They're proving. Devin Vassell, the rookie, he hasn't been looking too good, but off the bench, 5 points per game. Nothing crazy at all. But yeah, this team is 8-6 right now. They're the 5th seed in the West. And if they can keep this up, they can make the playoffs. That will be impressive, but I don't think that they will make the playoffs because of teams that are not in the playoffs right now, like Denver. I expect them to make the playoffs. The Pelicans, maybe. Yeah, those two teams, I expect them to be in the playoffs. And I'm sorry, Spurs fans. I do expect you guys to fall off a little bit. But great season so far. And another team I want to talk about is the New York Knicks. They have surprised every single person because they're not the worst. They're not the worst team in their conference. They're not even the worst team in their division. The Raptors are the worst team in the division. And the Knicks are in the playoffs right now. They're the 6th seed. They're 7-8 right now. The Knicks have been proven wrong right now. Julius Randle, 23 points per game, 11 rebounds per game, 7 assists per game. Leading in every category for his team, besides steals and blocks. That's Mitchell Robinson, who has also been great defensively. RJ Barrett has been playing really good, 17 points per game, 7 rebounds per game, 3 assists. Elfrid Payton, 13 points per game. Emmanuel Quickley, he's a rookie off the bench, 10 points per game. That is pretty good for, what was he? I think 25th pick of the draft, 23rd, around there. He's been very good. Austin Rivers, 9 points per game off the bench. Alec Burks has only played 3 games, but he's averaging 20. So I didn't mention him first because it's only been 3 games. But this team, if they can keep it up, if they can make, honestly, a good season for them would be if they make the play-in. That would be a great season. They've already exceeded expectations, 14, 15 games in. They're the 6th seed, 7-8 right now. But I don't think they can make the playoffs. But if they can make the play-in, that's a great season for them. And Julius Randle, he has to go to a good team. He has to go to a contender. He has to go to a team where he can contribute for a championship or for at least a playoff spot. Possibly the Bucks. He would be good on the Bucks. I just don't know if they have the money for that. But yeah, those two teams have surprised me this year. There are a lot more teams that have surprised me, like Cleveland. They've been playing really good. Other teams like Utah, they're 9-4 right now. I thought they were going to be in the bottom as well. Or not the bottom. I thought they were going to barely miss the playoffs. And then there are teams that have disappointed me, like Denver and Washington and Toronto and Miami. Those teams, I expected them to be at least in the playoffs, or at least like in the at least win some games, because right now Washington is 3-8, Toronto is 4-8, Miami is 4-7, and Denver is 6-7. Especially in the West, Denver cannot be like mediocre like that. They have to be winning more games. Like every game counts in the West. But besides that, I'll talk about that in another video. Those teams, and I'm out.